Deuteronomy chapter 4. Now therefore listen, O Israel, to the set rules and to the fair judgments, which I teach you to do, that you may live, and go in and possess the land, which He exists, supreme authority, mighty Creator of your fathers, gives you. You will not add to the word which I command you, neither will you diminish from it, that you may keep the commands of He exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what He exists did, because of Baal-peor, because all the men that followed Baal-peor, He exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, has destroyed them from among you. But you that held fast to He exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, are alive, every one of you this day. Look, I have taught you set rules and fair judgments, even as He exists, my supreme authority, mighty Creator, commanded me that you should do so in the land where you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, because this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the people nations, which will hear all these set rules and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people group. Because what nation is there so great, who has the supreme authority, mighty Creator, so near to them as He exists? Our supreme authority, mighty Creator, is in all things that we call upon Him. For what nation is there so great that has set rules and fair judgments so right as all this instruction law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to yourself, and keep your life breath diligently, lest you forget the things which your eyes have seen, and lest they depart from your inner thinking center all the days of your life. But teach them your sons and your sons' sons, especially the day that you stood before He exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, in Horeb, when He exists said to me, gather the people group together to me, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they will live upon the land, and that they may teach their children. You came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire to the midst of heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. He exists spoke to you out of the midst of the fire. You heard the voice of the words, but saw no form, only a voice. He declared to you His binding agreement, which He commanded you to perform, even 10 commands, and He wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. He exists commanded me at that time to teach you set rules and fair judgments, that you might do them in the land where you go over to possess it. Take therefore good heed to yourselves, because you saw no form on the day that He exists spoke to you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest you corrupt yourselves, and make to yourselves a carved image, the likeness of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the land, the likeness of any winged bird that flies in the air, the likeness of anything that creeps on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the land, lest you lift up your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, should be driven to bow down them and serve them, which He exists. Your supreme authority, mighty Creator, has divided to all people nations under the whole heaven, but He exists has taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be to Him a people group of inheritance, as you are this day. Furthermore, He exists was angry with me for your sakes, and swore that I should not go over Jordan, and that I should not go into that good land which He exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, gives you for an inheritance. But I must die in this land. I must not go over Jordan, but you will go over and possess that good land. Take heed to yourselves, lest you forget the binding agreement of He exists, your supreme Authority, mighty Creator, which he made with you, and to make you a carved image, or the likeness of anything which he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, has forbidden you. Because he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, is a consuming fire, a jealous supreme authority, mighty Creator, when you will beget children, and children as children, and you will have remained long in the land, and will corrupt yourselves, and make a carved image, or the likeness of anything, and will do evil in the sight of he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, to provoke him to anger. I call heaven and land to witness against you this day, that you will soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto you go over Jordan to possess it. You will not prolong your days upon it, but will utterly be destroyed. He exists, will scatter you among the people nations, and you will be left few in number among the people nations. Where he exists will lead you, there you will serve supreme authorities, the work of men as hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell, but if from there you will seek, he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, you will find him. If you seek him with all your inner thinking center and with all your life breath, when you are in tribulation and all these things are come upon you, even in the latter days. If you turn to he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, and will be obedient to his voice, because he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, is a merciful supreme authority, mighty Creator. He will not forsake you, neither destroy you, nor forget the binding agreement of your fathers, which he swore to them. Ask now of the days that are past, which were before you, since the day that the supreme authority, mighty Creator, created man upon the land, and to ask from the one side of heaven to the other whether there has been any such thing as this great thing, or has been heard like it. Did ever people group hear the voice of the supreme authority, mighty Creator, speaking out of the midst of the fire, as you have heard and live? Or has the supreme authority, mighty Creator, attempted to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation by trials, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, did for you in Egypt? Before your eyes to you it was shown, that you might know that he exists. He is the supreme authority, mighty Creator. There is none else beside him. Out of heaven he made you hear his voice, that he might instruct you, and upon land he showed you his great fire, and you heard his words out of the midst of the fire, because he loved your fathers. Therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought you out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt, to drive out nations from before you, greater and mightier than you, to bring you and to give you their land for an inheritance, as it is this day. Know therefore this day, and consider it in your inner thinking center, that he exists. He is the supreme authority, mighty Creator, in heaven above, and upon the land beneath. There is none else. You will keep therefore his set rules and his commands, which I command you this day, that it may go well with you and with your children after you, and that you may prolong your days upon the land which he exists, your supreme authority, mighty Creator, gives you forever. Then Moses separated 3 cities on this side Jordan, toward the sunrise, that the slayer might flee there, which should kill his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in time past, and that fleeing to one of these cities he might live. Bezer in the wilderness, in the plain country of the Reubenites, and Ramoth in Gilead of the Gadites, and Golan and Bashan of the Manassites. This is the instruction law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies, and the set rules, and the fair judgments, which Moses spoke to the children of Israel after they came forth out of Egypt on this side Jordan in the valley, over against Beth-peor in the land of Sihon, king ruler of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel struck after they were come forth out of Egypt. They possessed his land and the land of Og, king ruler of Bashan, 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on the side Jordan toward the sunrise from Aroer, which is by the bank of the river Arnon, even to Mount Zion, which is Hermon, and all the plain on the side Jordan eastward, even to the seat of the plain under the springs of Pisgah.